Well, here comes another one of my sayings. Opportunities are slippery little suckers. And you gotta grab them if you want to get some luck in your life. Well, here comes mine. This ice, heavy, laden rope. Gone over the right-hand side of the boat and was dangling down in the water. The wind dies down. What do? We put the engine on. The engine goes on. What does the engine do? It drives the propeller. The propeller grabs the rope. No more propeller, no more motor, no more going to Antarctica. For 3 days, we bob around in Commonwealth Bay trying to get to Antarctica to drop an anchor just where Mawson's hut is. But we couldn't do it. Now don't worry, I was trying the hardest. It was my dream to get down to my hero, Sir Douglas Mawson's hut, but we just couldn't get there without the motor. And we tried everything, reversing the prop and pulling the bilge boards out, but we just couldn't get there. And so after 3 days, the whole crew agreed to give up, to turn the charts around facing north and head back up to Hobart. Here comes the opportunity. I go to Ollie, the ship's neurosurgeon and ship's doctor, and I say, Ollie, how long would you give a person if they dived over the side to cut the rope free? There were no wetsuits on board, so that wasn't such great preparation. And he said 5 minutes. We'll give you 5 minutes, but not 1 second longer. And you'll have a harness on, and we'll have you roped up, and we're going to haul you out 1 second over 5 minutes because we're not having somebody die of hypothermia on my watch. Well, it was good enough for me. So I went to the navigation table. Everyone's sitting over the navigation table looking at the charts, not facing south, but facing north. David, the patron for the trip, I say, David, I'm volunteering to dive over the side to cut the rope free. He says, you're serious? And I say, yeah, I'm serious, but I'm not stupid. I want 3 things. If you want some luck in your life, you've got to say what it is. If you don't say it, it won't come. You've got to be specific. I said, David, I want it filmed. Hence the footage. Secondly, I want the international film rights to the footage. Hence the documentary. And thirdly, I want you to invite me to be navigator on an Anglo-Australian expedition to the North Magnetic Pole. Because the kid from the bush with a scar wants to shake that monkey up his back and become the first Australian to the North Magnetic Pole. And he says, Blue, he used to call me Blue when I used to have hair. He says, Blue, you do this, you can have it whatever you want. And so we drove the yacht in right behind the biggest and juiciest iceberg we can find, and we parked it right in there to get out of the wind. And we strapped the knife to my hand with electrical tape because you can't open and close your hand in those conditions, and we put me over the edge. I came back up to the surface and I go, and Steve's saying, what do you want? What do you want, Pete? And I go, couldn't breathe. I go, more slack, more slack. Because even my frozen small mind realised that the strategy, if you want to call it a strategy, that I went down with to cut that rope free just wasn't going to do it. I had to change what my initial thoughts were. I had to adapt. I went down there and I realised there was no bloody way I was going to cut this thing free. It was thick, 16 mil Spectra rope wrapped around a steel shaft. And the bit that I wanted was at the bottom, and I couldn't get there. So I realised the best thing I could do was ask Roy up on the bow to give me some slack, because the rope was taut, and I said, Roy, 4 feet more slack. And this time, I unravelled it, and it came free. I was hauled up and treated on board. We set foot the next day on Antarctica, and what a moment it was to get there, to stand by the hut of my great hero, Sir Douglas Mawson, was the first Australian and first in the world to the South Magnetic Pole. And us to get there and me to earn the right and the ticket to go to the north. I came back to Australia. I had inflamed feet, migraines. I had to wear sandals. I couldn't wear shoes. They were so inflamed. I was on anti-inflammatories and migraines and all the rest of it, but I tell you what, it was worth it. Because I got my ticket to ride where I wanted to go.